Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Today I wanted to talk about Halo Infinite's multiplayer and why it needs to be created in a way that accommodates both casual and competitive players. Now this is super important for Halo Infinite's multiplayer and something 343 need to get right this time, because Halo 5 was unsuccessful in creating a game that catered to both groups, and whilst the multiplayer was super engaging and fun in my opinion, it did more harm than good. It was very evident that Halo 5 focused more on the competitive side, and as a result left many casual gamers and Halo fans feeling rather unsatisfied and alienated, which as a snowball effect caused many to stop playing, leading to Halo 5's terribly low population just shortly after launch. This can't happen with Infinite, especially if 343 want the game to last over 10 years. Both casual and competitive gamers should be able to play Halo Infinite and have an enjoyable time, just how it was with Halo 3. This will result in a high player retention rate, which is what Halo Infinite needs if it wants to succeed. Now, of course, Halo 5 introduced advanced mobility, which made the majority of games super fast paced and aggressive, which in turn removed the social and casual aspect of the game. But thankfully, it looks like 343 are trying to find a balance between the traditional gameplay from Halo 3 and the more advanced gameplay from Halo 5. I'm sure we've all seen the Halo Infinite campaign demo multiple times by now, where we got our first glance at Infinite's movement, and I can say that I was pleasantly surprised by it, as it seemed like 343 had found a good middle ground in terms of balancing player mobility to a point where it's nowhere near as fast paced and intense as Halo 5, which is good for the casual players, but at the same time still has plenty of elements that makes the gameplay engaging, like the phenomenal strafing and gunplay, which combined makes for some pretty kick-ass gameplay, and was something the majority of Halo fans commented on after watching the demo. It looks super fun, but not as intense as Halo 5 and not as slow as Halo 3, the perfect middle ground. Of course, we all need to try it out for ourselves, but many people, just by looking on Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube, were very pleased with the gameplay. I think it's safe to say that Halo Infinite will have a huge competitive scene, probably the biggest since Halo 3, after bringing Halo to the PC. With that said, 343 cannot just focus on the competitive side, and rather they should try replicate what Halo 3 did, as that had a super competitive side to the game, and some of the best MLG matches. Although so many people that consider themselves as casuals still thoroughly loved the game. Halo 3 was the perfect mix, and it was clear that Halo 3's multiplayer was accommodating to both competitive and casual players, which is just one of the many reasons Halo 3 reigned supreme for so long. Halo Infinite needs to follow in Halo 3's footsteps if it wants to be successful, ensuring a perfect experience for casual and competitive gamers. Now, Halo Infinite's multiplayer needs to launch with two separate playlists, one for competitive, which would be ranked, and one for social, each filled with awesome modes. For example, at launch, the ranked playlist should have modes like Slayer, Team Arena, Free-for-All, Doubles, and SWAT. Of course, you could argue for more modes and modes like Snipers and Breakout to be there too, whereas the social playlist should have tons of fun modes like Big Team Battle, Banished Invasion, hopefully, Infection, Social Slayer, maybe Banished Slayer, Fiesta, Griffball, and that's only naming a few. Halo has such an amazing multiplayer that can introduce so many fun modes during the game's lifespan, which is just one of the reasons Halo Infinite's multiplayer has enormous potential. With that said, 343 need to ensure Infinite's multiplayer has a strong launch, and providing so many social and competitive options will easily cater to both casual and competitive Halo players. It's still unclear whether or not Halo Infinite will see the return of Halo 5's Warzone mode, although my money is on it returning, but hopefully with a way better design, because whilst that mode was fun, it was also far too sweaty, and for many Halo players, they actually considered it to be more a competitive mode rather than a social one, even though 343 marketed Warzone as an exciting social mode. Hell, even Big Team Battle, probably Halo's most popular mode, became a sweatfest, and also Halo 5's BTB had no dev designer maps, which I won't go into, but for sure was a letdown. This of course was due to the high movement speed, where players just wouldn't be able to relax and play socially, otherwise you would die. That was the way Halo 5 worked, and I really enjoyed it for the competitive experience, but I fully understand why so many players had issues with its social modes, because in truth, they were anything but that. With that said, I think Halo Infinite's movement will ensure a better experience for all players, while still maintaining that competitive edge, which has always been so important to Halo. Halo Infinite's multiplayer needs to have a balanced focus on making casuals and competitive players happy, very much like Halo 3. Halo 3 in its own right can be very sweaty, but it's still a ton of fun for the average player. Again, that's why it was so successful. If Halo Infinite models after Halo 3 are designing a multiplayer experience fit for both casual and competitive players, then it's safe to say Halo Infinite could see the resurgence of another golden era. The ball is in 343's court now, and it's up to them to make that a reality. Alrighty guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments your thoughts on this topic, and if you agree with me. I'm expecting 343 to release more on the multiplayer in one of their upcoming Halo Infinite blogs, possibly this month. Anyway, if you guys would like to join my Discord, you'll find the link in the description, along with my Twitter, if of course you'd like to follow me there too. Anyway fam, thanks so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to support me that little bit extra. Thanks guys, have a good one.